Yeah,
some
she
interesting
is.
things out there.
She was
One
Sunita
was
Williams. They're in
Hurricane
a
Dorian,
space center
a
right now.
Category 5
And
hurricane with
well,
such
she's
a
done.
well-formed eye.
Oh, hold it, your hand.
When you look down at it,
Just a
flying
minute.
over in the station, it doesn't even look like it's moving, but you know the power that's at the center
Look at
of
that.
that storm and what havoc that storm is wreaking on everybody on the
And
ground.
now,
You look at it in terror, really, because you know all the people that are endangered underneath, but just the immensity of power that Mother Nature
you didn't see?
a hurricane, a thunderstorm, everywhere you look, there is the environment doing something crazy.
Just hold on.
So we're coming up over Brazil, about to go across into the Atlantic Ocean, and looking out
Yeah,
at
a
the
little
horizon, I
bit.
saw looked kind of brown. I've never seen that really from the space station. I instantly, what did I think? Human interaction pollution, for sure. It's just awful looking, it's terrible. But as we went over the Atlantic, it kind of got thicker and thicker and thicker. It was a sandstorm in the Sahara Desert, blowing this huge plume of sand up into the atmosphere, crossing the Atlantic Ocean and coming down to Brazil. I mean, that is crazy. If that doesn't change the way you think about the planet, absolutely nothing will.
What struck me was when we looked at natural disasters, you see a flood, and you really can't pick out where they are on Earth, but when you see it from space, you realize that the effects of these natural disasters really hit everybody equally, and it really gives you this perspective that, you know, first of all, we're all in this together, and that the world is very small.
What has always struck me there is how beautiful the Earth is, how fragile it looks, how alive it obviously is, with the clouds, the water, it's like it's breathing.
When you first look at Earth, you may say, wow, that's a continent. And then you look at it again the next day and you say, wow, they're mountain ranges. And then you look at it again the next day and it's like, oh, I can see synclines and anticlines in the geologic structure. You could see the Nile River and the Nile Delta, so clearly the Red Sea. And for me, that was just amazing to look down and you could see the Jordan River, the Sea of Galilee, the Dead Sea. And I was just thinking, this is where all this took place.
The color palette is hard to compare. You know, all these reds and oranges, and so the dunes all over in Central Africa and in Saudi Arabia, you have these so many different textures.
And you can almost pick out where you are over the Earth because Australia's tans are different than African tans.
Every piece of the Earth has its own tone, if you want. So you become very acquainted with the Earth from a big picture point of view.
And you saw the landscape and the mountains and the deserts, and you start to think of how they were formed. You realize just how special the place we are is, and you feel that connection.
Feel the connection.
So when you look at the Earth from that vantage point, I know others have said this, you don't see the
That's
borders.
the one, right?
You don't see political borders, you hardly see
That's the one?
geographical borders.
You show one.
You know, we're so used to looking at maps. In low Earth orbit, you don't see a globe. And from no distance do you see the different colors for countries so that it makes it easy to distinguish. I was looking for all the little pink and green countries when I was looking at where's Uganda? It's supposed to be pink on the atlas.
You know, you don't see those geopolitical boundaries, all of the man-made boundaries that we've imposed upon ourselves as humans. You don't see any of that from space.
You and your team, and you're trying to make an impact on us evolving into something more. You forget about the politics, you forget about daily life that plagues us here on the ground, that colors our perceptions because you're insulated from it.
And you just feel this sense of commonality more, and something that unites us all, and just that we're all human.
Flying over after the intense sunlight so much of the time, you don't really see much detail. It's so bright. But at night, when it's surrounded by starlight and moon,